You will not believe what she's about to say. God bless this lady. Let me know what you think about it.
Hey guys, Congresswoman Kat Kamak here, and it is another day in Washington where another bombshell report comes out about the weaponization of the federal government, its agencies against the American people. Today, it is the report demonstrating full-blown evidence of the Ukrainian Select Intelligence Service directing the United States FBI to censor Americans. Yeah, a foreign government directing our FBI to collude with social media companies, American social media companies, to take down posts that American citizens had made concerning Russia, Ukraine, the war in Ukraine, you name it. So it's pretty damning. It's a 22-page report. I have been reading 26-page report. I've been reading through it. Here it is. I included the link for you guys to actually read this. There's an executive summary that gives you a really brief overview of the full details of the report. But let me tell you, this is extraordinarily damning. I mean, this is absurd. I can't sum it up better than to say the FBI has a counterintelligence division that is purposely designed to combat and fight foreign influence. Instead, we're seeing where the FBI is now facilitating foreign influence. This is absurd. This is outrageous and unacceptable. And another example of where the weaponization of the FBI has continued to run rampant. So the report goes into some pretty explicit detail of them not only taking bits, directives from the SBU, which is the Ukrainian Intelligence Service. They are sending spreadsheets of thousands of social media posts that they deem to be somehow harmful to Ukraine. From there, the FBI then takes that spreadsheet, flags those posts for Google, Meta, Twitter, you name it. All of the social media companies are contacted through the FBI, and then subsequently those posts are taken down. But it gets worse. From there, the FBI finds time in their very busy day to actually follow up with these social media companies to ensure that the posts have been taken down, to the point that they established the idea of a 24/7 channel. You heard it right, a 24/7 channel that was basically a pipeline from Ukraine through the FBI to the social media companies so that they could remove these posts. Now, the thing that's wild to me is that President Zelensky fired the head of SBU on July of 2022. July of 2022. Zelensky fires the head of the SBU, the Ukrainian Intelligence Service, because of infiltration, because of double agents. It is so corrupt that he has to fire the head and start gutting the entire agency. So you have the FBI taking directives from this unit, from the SBU, the Ukrainian Intelligence Agency, and not vetting the posts, but actually just going ahead and just passing it along like they're the middleman. Now, some of the people who had their posts taken down are people like a children's book author from Washington State. You had a manager of a maintenance company from South Carolina who had some of his posts taken down. One of the things that I found absolutely hilarious and terribly sad at the same time was that several of the posts were posts from official verified State Department accounts. The Ukrainian government was directing the FBI to coordinate with social media companies to take down United States State Department posts. Wild. Absolutely wild. It goes on to talk about the emails that were exchanged, how this has played out for years. But the underlying issue here is that you have a foreign government directing the erosion of our civil liberties as Americans. And I think that that is so incredibly unacceptable, infuriating, and no one's talking about it. No one's talking about it. You turn on the news, they're talking about Biden economics. They're talking about some more of the culture war issues that we're facing that are important and infuriating. But what's wild to me is that you have blatant black and white, and like, here are the emails. Like, we have copies of the emails that demonstrate how rotten the top of the FBI has become, how political it has become. And again, I say this all the time when I'm talking about this. The rank and file men and women of the FBI who are just trying to do their job, they're not part of the problem. Who is the problem is the political appointees at the top. And those are the ones that we need to go after. We need to hold them accountable. And so this is just another example of the weaponization that we're going to be continuing to highlight and expose. But I know so many of you are frustrated. You're like, yeah, we know they're bad. What are you doing about it? There is a litany of legislative solutions that we're looking at. 100%. And we're going to pursue those to the very, very end, because it's not enough to just highlight the problem. You have to fix the problem. So this is not me getting on here and bitching about the problem. We are actually fixing the problem, but you have to identify it first. And I think it is so important that we expose this, because regardless of whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or an independent or young or old, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that everyone is seeing that you could potentially be a target and censored and have your rights eroded because you spoke out or you questioned or you posted something that they being the political appointees at the highest levels of the FBI, or in this particular case, members of the Ukrainian government who may or may not work for the Russian government, who may be a double agent. We don't know. Some of the posts were pro-Russia. Some of them were anti-Russia. It was really kind of a mixed bag, which again points to how there was no vetting of these posts. There was no rhyme or reason. And the fact that we have sent over $113 billion to Ukraine for this war, money of which I did not support. It's not that my heart does not break for the Ukrainian people and the civilians and everything that's going on. That's not it at all. It's that there is very little accountability with the money that has been spent, the weapons that have been sent, and we continue to perpetuate the corruption without any accountability by allowing this behavior to continue. So I think this is 100% a great example of why the work that we're doing on the Weaponization Select Committee is so important. I'm super proud to serve on this committee, and we have a very short window of time in which to get all of this information gathered. And trust me, this is stuff that people have suspected, but now we actually have evidence. This is where it is so important to do these investigations, because from here, then we can apply the legislative fixes so that this doesn't happen again, and then make the proper referrals to the Department of Justice, who then is forced to take action, right? Because remember, Congress doesn't arrest people. I know that that is something that so many people have been asking for, like, when are people going to get arrested? Congress doesn't arrest people. For any member that's out there saying, oh, we're going to be arresting people, we're going to, throw them in jail, guess what? There is a reason why there's a separation of powers. We are the legislative branch, and I think we would all be good, all be wise to really start thinking in ways that can actually move the needle forward rather than just this outrage, angertainment that is constantly going. So that is my Tuesday sound bit, but I read this report. My mind was absolutely just blown. We'd been dealing with all these transcribed interviews and depositions and all the work that the staff and the teams are doing. And it's so damning in black and white. So I encourage you guys, read this report. Really, seriously, read this report, and I'll answer as many questions as I can, but I included the link to it. I encourage you to take a look at it. And again, doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat, this affects every single American. So appreciate you guys. Crazy week ahead. Lots going on with NDAA, FAA reauthorization. We have appropriations, Farm Bill. So much is going on, and I'll be giving you an update about all of that tomorrow. But just wanted to drop a line about this wild report that is absolutely worth your time. Like I said, it's a short one. It's only 26 pages. Definitely an easy read. I encourage you to check it out. Take care. God bless.
This is insane. This is just another level of corruption. God bless her. God bless you. Catch you on the next one.